You are now listening to Scheduling Fate, hosted by author and counseling astrologer Jamie Magee. For more information, please go to schedulingfate.com. Hi there, and welcome to Scheduling Fate. I'm your astrologer, Jamie Magee, and today we are going to continue on with our series about manifesting with astrology. Now, we have already worked through the 7 traditional planets, and I do want to explore the outer planets, but in order to really understand those, because they're in place for so long and they're a generational planet, we would want to understand the houses. And to understand the houses, I think a good place to start would be the ascendant. So, the next couple of episodes that you're going to hear in the series is going to be one about the ascendants today. Then we're going to talk about the houses, and then we'll dive into those outer planets so you can really understand how you or your generation manifest in this area of your life using those energies. So, for the last 7 videos, I have ensured that very first intro into why I think this is such an amazing practice, looking at how you work with the law of attraction, how you work with manifestation, how you can be self aware of what you're attracting to you, and how you can work with that energy. I've ensured that intro is in every video. I'm not going to put that in this video. So if you have not heard me talk about this before, I encourage you to find that link underneath here. Go listen to that first video. Go listen to all of them because that'll really help you start to conceptualize how you are consciously or unconsciously attracting. All right, with that being said, I just want to remind you that underneath this podcast, you are going to find a link to a free chart. You're also going to find a link to a free workbook. And if you would like to be part of my Moongate membership for less than $5 a month, get discounts on the reports that are tailored to your personal chart, working with me, a great calendar that you can add with all astrological insights from me on it. That's less than $5 a month. And there's also a link for that. All right, so our topic for today is about the ascendant or the AC. Now, when you are first on a journey of self-exploration and learning your chart, it's easy to understand what your sun sign is. You put in your birthday, you're like, this is me, no doubt about it. The ascendant is a giant leap forward because in order to understand what your ascendant is, your rising sign, you must know what time you were born. And it's not something that you can guess. The universe moves every 4 minutes. Now, with that being said, please do not panic. If you do not know what time you were born, we can still discern a lot. Astrologers can still discern a lot by understanding what planet is in what sign and how those planets are talking to each other, the aspects. And then there's a great tool called rectification that can help us look at your life events and understand what your rising sign is. But that rising sign is the key. It is the doorway. It opens up how your chart is set up. It says this is house 1. And if we know where house 1 is, we know where the other 12 are. And the houses represent areas of our life. A great way to think about this is the house is the stage, the planets are the actors, and the sign is how those planets act on that stage. That's always a good thing to remember when you're first learning astrology. But knowing that first house, we're able to see the flow of how your entire chart works together. And it's remarkable what you can learn from that energy. Now, that first house is all about you. It's yourself. It's how you look. And it's pretty interesting because the way that I tell people, and if you worked with me one-on-one, you've heard this, the sun sign is your crown. It's like what you are adorned with in this life. The moon sign is sort of like where you hold the doctorate or the PhD. That's your instinct. You do it so well. You're masterful at it that you don't even think about it. It naturally happens. But your rising sign, your AC, is sort of like being on the junior varsity team. You're wearing the jersey. Everyone sees you as that. And this is one of those areas where I'm like, the universe has a sense of humor. Because when people meet you, they meet that rising sign. They don't necessarily meet your sun sign. They meet the rising sign. So even though you're the new person on the team, just trying to figure out how to be what your rising sign is, that's the energy that comes out first and just reaches out and smiles. It's the mask that we wear. That's one of the ways that it's described in text. Now, what does this have to do with manifestation? Well, when we look at how the houses are set up, there are houses that are very public. They're things that you can't hide. Like, this is what I look like. These are my partners. This is my family. This is my home work-life balance. Those are public areas of our lives. Those are the public angular houses. This is 1, 7, 4, and 10. These areas impact us on a really powerful level because often, sometimes unfortunately, we're more outwardly focused than inwardly focused. So understanding how these energies are working at these pivotal angular areas helps us understand what we are consciously or unconsciously attracting to us. Now, please keep in mind, this is just one layer. This is just your ascendant, understanding what planets are in these houses and what conversations those planets are having, who they answer to, and who that planet answers to, all adds a very unique, one of a kind experience of this lifetime that you have. There is not another person on this planet that has your chart, your perspective. You're here for a reason in this lifetime, and is to express how you use that energy. But I think that these are great first steps for you to start to understand, okay, this is how I naturally attract. So as we go through the signs, we're going to start at the top and go to the bottom. We're going to look at how you work with this energy. But I encourage you to pull out that free chart that's underneath it or a chart that you already have. Look at the planets that you have in those areas and realize that that is another layer. And also consider what is transiting through that area of your life? Because you may, when we get into the houses, I know we're going to have questions like, I don't have anything in this area. What does that mean? There is going to be something transiting through that area of your life. The moon moves through there every single month, but the rest of the planets, they're going to start talking to it, whether by transit or actually being present in that house. So, understanding these areas of your life is so vital, and understanding these angular areas that we're about to talk about. Those are some big, significant life shifts that come in, or things that are just so in your face, in your awareness. By understanding them, you can say, okay, unconsciously or consciously, this is what I always bring into my life, or this is the stage. Remember, the house is the stage, the sign is how those actors on that stage act. This is what I bring in. And if you know that setting, if you understand that theme, then you can engage to ensure that you are calling in what you want to see more of in your life. So again, there's a free chart underneath this broadcast. There's a link to the original video. There's a great booklet. If you want to work one-on-one with me, there is a great link for you to get discounts on doing that as well. All right, let's dive in. All right, so if you are a Libra rising, you are ruled by Venus. So it's very important for you to notice where Venus is in your chart, what that energy is answering to. Now, this first house, you have a great harmony, a great balance in how you try to approach the world. You're very diplomatic. You're good at negotiating. You're good at meeting people where they are. Now, when it comes to a group of people, sometimes that can overwhelm you. You may be the most quiet person in the room, but once somebody gets you one on one, you just let this beautiful light, this beautiful Venus energy shine through you. It's really one of my favorites. Now, when it comes to your home and your foundations, that's a little bit different because this is ruled by Capricorn. I would encourage you to notice where Saturn is in your chart and how you work with those energies. There's probably something timeless in this area, something karmic, a legacy that you're building, but may not have felt all that warm and cushy and nurturing as you brought it in. You are actually probably the light that came into this area of your life, but you still feel like you have to have stability, an ever growing, let's start something new stability when it comes to your home life. Now, when it comes to your partnerships, your one on one, this energy is opposite of you. So you may find that you are always admiring it. And that's Aries, it's ruled by Mars. Where you look for partnerships, your partnerships look for being independent. It's about me. I'm going to take this leap forward. I'm going to follow my instinct. And I don't know if I can support you as I go on this journey because I don't know where I'm going to go on this journey. And you could find that you admire that in your partners or it frustrates you, probably a little bit of both. But understanding that these are the type of people that you are going to continuously attract into your life and knowing where Mars is in your chart and how that energy activates will help you understand, all right, if these are the partners I have, now that I know that, how can I co-create and how can I harmonize with them? Now, when it comes to your career and how you're known in the world, this is ruled by Cancer. So not only do you have this Libra energy that's very diplomatic, that how you approach your life, but people know you as being a nurturer, as being a protector, as someone who has all the answers and understands how everyone is connected. You may find that you're the person that knows everyone's secrets as well. And that could feel like a heavy weight for you because you know everyone's secrets, you understand where they're coming from. And because you do, it's hard to make decisions when it comes to your career. I'll also tell you that this quarter of your life is ruled by the moon. So if you have big career decisions or if you have big family decisions to make, sit with them for a couple of days and ask yourself once that moon moves into a new sign, do I still feel that way? Because if you do, then you know that you need to make decisions. Now, when it comes to eclipses, new moons, and full moons, you really feel this on that career base. It's a very public energy. It's hard for you to harmonize and balance through it because the universe is changing around you. But by being aware of this, then you can weather the storm. You can use the storm to your benefit. You'll know when to rest and when to reach and how to harmonize once the storm or the rain or the shift is over.